live a minute early, but that's okay because that will give me enough time to do something.
Nigga.
Yeah, but that Willy, Willy, bum bum, Willy bum, Willy bum. Willy... No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to have the theme tune for. If I share my screen, you can see what it is, what I am doing, and
There, I even look.
there we go. I need to put my headphones on.
No.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be a
I
bit
don't think you
echoey
should.
otherwise.
Coco bollicos. Lap signs, standard.
Willy bum, space protein pills, moon boots. Here's a robot that makes tea. And look at this bloke, he's got a hovercraft. He's going faster than a ferry. Oh, this theme brings back memories. Welcome to Banter Nationalism episode. What are we on now? Oh, no fucking data. What? It says no. Chat, can you hear what we're doing and stuff? Because it looks to me like actually something's happening. And according to OBS, I am streaming.
Yep.
So
I don't know. I'm just playing games right now, boss.
oh yeah, let's all not watch the stream what we're on for the next. To me, like actually saying, well, you know what? I just listened back and it says, yeah, now it's saying excellent connection. So it's just YouTube fucking with me. There we go. Right,
That's what we do. We sit here playing video games and talk bollocks.
Well, I was doing
Simple as.
but then I realised what the time was, and I got some soup here, and I don't even have a spoon for it, so I'm just. But you know what?
Mate, just use your fingers.
Knock it once.
But what I mean, I will be once I mute myself, so you don't hear me slurp. But
good old pint of soup.
yeah,
No, I want to hear you slurp.
well, you can hear me slurp on the OnlyFans afterwards. Now, oh god, wasn't there going to be like some Top Cat Brutus after Saturday news that we're going to start off the show with? Nordic, wasn't it? Something you wanted to say? Top. We got a Top Cat. Oh, it's not Top Promenov anymore. We're not doing any. No, I don't like. I'm still Hobbitanov.
Meme's dead.
No, it's not dead. It's alive, unlike the Romanov family.
They're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I moved on from the pretty princesses and the eggs, but I thought Nordic had something he wanted to cut a promo for.
Yeah, we had the first what I consider the first Darwin Award of the year. There was an American couple, and they were shoveling snow up onto one of their neighbours' yards, and apparently they've been doing it for quite a while. And when the neighbour came out to tell them to basically stop, they called him a pussy, told him to fuck off, and threw fingers up at him. So matey boy comes out with a pistol, and instead of going, oh, we're really sorry, and walking away, this couple, they decide to go on then.
Fucking
And start throwing more fingers at him and calling him a pussy some more. So yeah, he starts shooting and he misses a lot of shots, but he finally hits both of them. And he then goes indoors, comes out with an assault rifle, and proceeds to shoot the woman in the face while turning around and
fully semi-automatic AR-47s.
with a chainsaw
Yeah,
attached.
absolutely. This was one of them plastic numbers. You'll love it, Hobbit. And he turned around and said, "You should have shut your face," before shutting her face, quite literally. And
Right.
he then runs up to the husband and goes, "Who's the pussy now?" And then proceeds to put a load of bullets into him. And then the guy
Nice.
walks into his house and puts bullets into himself. So
What a
the
dick.
Darwin Award goes to the couple that are absolutely retarded.
And this all starts
as
off
Top
because
Cat,
he's like, "Hey, you shouldn't shovel snow." No, we're going to. Well, I'm
Yeah.
going to kill you if you carry on shoveling snow.
well, they were shoveling it into his yard on purpose. Like from the reports, they had been terrorizing him by shoveling all this snow up onto his yard, and
So in that
causing
case,
a
it
bit
was
of a nuisance.
a justified killing. So
But
Yeah, and
that man,
like
Nordic,
Top Cat said.
yeah. Go on.
Oh, go on, Top Cat.
Yeah, I was just saying the last action of that man was to flee the scene temporarily, and leave his wife dying in the freezing cold and about to be shot in the face after calling the other guy a pussy as well. I mean, once you're in that situation, you're dead anyway. He's already been hit.
You may as well go on.
Either go direct for the guy, or at least go to your wife and just, for the last few seconds she's alive, comfort her. But no, he proved, after shouting and calling someone else a pussy, he showed who the real pussy was. And his wife was left there, shot, dying. Where's my husband gone? Oh, he's ran away to leave me to be murdered.
The thing is, though, is that you should fight pettiness with pettiness. Like, if they're doing petty shit like putting snow in your garden, then you have to up it a slight. I don't think you should go overkill and call them pussies or get your gun out or anything, but you should definitely, I don't know, shit in their lawn or something, or just piss in their door. Just go, fine then, keep fucking doing that, and every fucking night I'm getting piss in your doorstep for your letterbox. Be petty back, don't you? Keep doing it.
I wish the dude hadn't shot himself. I wish the dude hadn't shot himself. I'd love to see what his explanation for that shit was.
maybe he was Buddhist. I saw. So the thing with Kant Dankler was talking about his arrest story, and one of his neighbours posted dog shit through his letterbox, and the police, because she was like screaming at him, "You're a Nazi, you're a Nazi." So the police arrested her, not for shoveling dog shit through the letterbox, but for calling him a Nazi, which is a hate crime.
Then why did they get arrested for doing it to Annie Soubry?
I don't know, but I just thought it's like really the crime there is like dog shit, but that you're gonna like, oh, she said a meanie word to me, so like, wow, that's it.
Well,
Time
words
to die.
are violence these days. Words are violence.
Yeah.
And bullets are just hugs.
Criminals.
They're just hugs for your internal organs, is bullets.
Yeah, a big hug. Straight for your heart.
What's occurring with these new age spirals on the screen?
This is called Deepest Mandelbrot Set Animation Ever. A new record, 10 to the 275 part. So, the Mandelbrot set
It reminds me of one of those old things. What would was it a kaleidoscope where you put it to your eye and you turn it, and it's all magical patterns.
Yeah, well, the Mandelbrot
very
set,
60s.
well, the Mandelbrot set is based on an imaginary number, which doesn't exist, yet it does exist.
Bead.
No, it's not a golden mean. The imaginary number was made up, and thanks to the power of computers, we're able to plot it on the graph billion T times, and that's how we can keep looking at this pattern which never repeats itself over and over again.
Cool.
So I just thought it'd be nice just to have a bit of animation in the background whilst we're talking about the. And look at that! You get right to the end of it, and you see something that looks a lot like the other one.
To the audience, this is really hypnotism. He's going to turn you into even bigger racist. There's a subliminal messages in the background.
Racism, ASMR, hypnotism.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what
This
I'm
is
talking
how
about.
they actually turn the frogs gay.
Yeah. We're turning the frogs racist.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're doing.
On my timeline today, I saw somebody that was eating cake and they were going to read Lord of the Rings. So I said, "You should invite me."
Oh, mate, that's you.
Well, I said, "You should invite me over so I can eat your cake and I'll read the book to you." And then later on, I found out he's a gay, and it's just like,
Oh.
what?
No.
You mean gays read Lord of the Rings as well?
Fuming.
So, yeah.
I'm fuming.
Fucking fuming.
I'm spewing.
I'm
If
shitting.
Hemi's not going to say it, I will.
And Bear Ray says in the chat, "Our Soja and Morgoth feuding."
What, middle class versus Geordie? I don't think Geordies are working class, are they?
I saw a couple of hilarious memes that Sojo created in stitches.
Yeah, the JD Sports one's good. I do like that one.
It made me smile, that one.
Yeah, that's good.
Good soup.
What
Kind of
makes
soup you're munching on.
Chicken and noodle.
I haven't heard of soup like that before.
That's a chinky soup. Why are you eating chinky soup? Hobbit.
Well, I
Chinky
made it,
spot.
so it's not chinky.
Your fucking his noodles are chinky. Chinky chong.
No, they're
Ching
not.
chong.
Noodles is Italian.
You're about fucking 5 months away from getting a Filipino wife. Just admit it, Hobbit.
But I don't want an ugly monkey wife.
Toffee cake one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
your only options. The based and trad as well, and plus you'll be on the ins with PA if you get yourself a Filipino.
Oh yeah, look. Oh,
Yeah.
But I don't
Go
want
on
to be
and
associated
make
with
it
PA.
paste.
No, you better not get a
Mum, I
Filipino
mean
wife.
wife. Hobbit's got an anime character wife. Mum, I mean wife.
Can I have an anime wife who like office?
Mate, it's like 2 weeks later and we still remember that.
Out of curiosity, I've got San Miguel beer.
They've gone
What
down
is
in-
Hemi doing?
They've gone down in volume. San Miguel have gone from 550 to 500. I was fucking fuming the other week. I bought some. I thought, yeah, I'll have a pint. And it isn't. It's gone down.
Right.
Cheeky.
This explains a lot.
All the
So
beers are getting, less. The Stella's gone from 5.2 to 4.6 now, and
Joke.
they're all going smaller as well. This will be the thing. It'll be beer will be phased out along with meat.
Even Galahad's gone from 4.6 to 4.0.
bloody
I was wondering why I wasn't
Hemi's
pissed
one,
last
it's
week.
time to move on.
Brady
I'm not
fucking.
even pissed.
I mean, I can't remember. Like, the last time I saw a vodka that was 50%, it's all like 40 if you're lucky, and it's more like 36 or 37 and a half.
It's going to get to the point where you just won't get pissed anymore. That's how they'll stop. That's how they'll close the pubs down.
Look,
Talking about that, Phil, they've been
homebrewing.
discussing the what are they called? Passports, vaccination passports for when the pubs open again. It's under consideration. Is the current status of requiring a passport to go to the pub?
You got your drinking license, mate.
Yeah, you got a license for that there.
You got a license for that, mate.
So it's looking as though the
pissed up outside.
so the vaccine won't be mandatory, but you will be removed from the economy if you
You'll
don't.
just be
have it.
coerced into doing it. I love that one. It's not mandatory. We're just going to coerce you into doing it. Okay.
Yeah, you can still stay at home and not take a single foot out unless you have this experimental gene therapy jab, which we're going to call a vaccine. It's not a vaccine. It doesn't protect you from the chinky pox, and it doesn't make you symptoms. And it's got side effects. Where like this care home that had it, 24 of them died. But
Can we? I make an SOS call to Hemi. This is the quietest he's ever been. Hemi, if you Mrs. is, tied you up as such, just try and, hit your microphone 2 times. Let us know.
I need
okay.
So, Top Cat, I need to address the chat right now. Blighter, you can fuck off. San Miguel, best beer. It's literally made by Flips. A Filipino pale lager. It's a shit beer. And the reason I reminded her of that is because it's literally the only beer that like Brutus would drink. And I was like, why does he like Spanish beer? And it's not that he likes Spanish beer. He likes Flip beer because it reminds him of Flip Lady Boys. That's why he drinks it. It's a shit tier beer made by shit tier people.
He's like a hipster. He's a hipster, Brutus. He has to have hipster everything. Just have Stella like the rest of us and then beat your misses up. That's true.
He was Harry Krishna before it was cool, bro.
I mentioned this on Saturday's show as well. It's just like I shared my nice beers, and he was like, "I don't like it." He just carries on drinking San Miguel, fucking plebeian.
So either Galahad, Galaroo, or get the fuck out. That's my new law. Well, not Galahad's gone down to 4%, so forget about it.
If I offer you my favourite drink and you decline, I would proceed to beat you to death with it.
But this is real English traditional beer. It's called Galahad. Clues in the name. It was made by Knights of the Templar. Yeah. Griffin endorses it.
Shit.
So you gotta get behind Galahad. Well, is it Galaro? Is it Galaro or Galaroo? I don't speak French.
Galaroo.
Delarue.
Fucking bollocks.
Yeah.
Stella à toi. That's what they say. The way they sell Stella as if it's like posh beer, don't they? It's like, it's Stella à toi.
Hey, so
really it's...
if you want Stella, but like a good Stella, you want Jupiler, which is the most popular beer in Belgium, introduced 1966. It's still 5.2%. It's a pale lager.
Based.
And it is lovely, absolutely lovely. I love it. And the name of its name comes to its place of origin in Jupil. I thought it meant Jupiter.
Teskey's still 5%, and Kronenberg as well. Triggered. I don't know if that's Jewish. It just sounds Jewish. Probably isn't. But Kronenberg. I like Kronenberg.
I mean, Jupiler is like the Belgium's equivalent of Carling in terms of like, because Carling's the most popular lager sold in the UK, right?
It's fucking shit, Carling is. It's only like 2% or something, isn't it?
I know Carling is I mean, it is bland. Let's face it. There's no ifs or buts about it. I mean, even a baby could drink Carling, but the fact is,
yeah, you could give it your kids.
Like Belgium's equivalent of Carling is Jupiler, and I'm only saying that not in terms of quality. I'm saying it in terms of popularity, and it is a good beer, and it's cheap, and it's 5.2%. And if you like Stella Artois, then you will like Jupiler. And I'll tell you what, the problem is, if you try and... Well, let's just have a look at prices now. I'm sure chat will appreciate... We will get into the science talk in a bit, but I just need to...
You say, well, it's probably cheap in Belgium, but how much is it over here once they slap all the taxes
about 3 or 5 times the price. And also, anything that's over 5% gets the increased tax. So, like, anything over 5% counts as wine... If it's between 5 and 20%, it's wine. Anything over 20 counts as fortified wine. Or is it 16%? There's like different tax brackets for beer, wine, and spirits.
Yeah, there are, yeah.
All right, beersofeurope.co.uk. Let's have a look at them, see what they're saying. So
how many are owned by Heineken?
Well, it's owned by InBev, which is the same company that does Budweiser. But is InBev...
Jewish.
Well, yeah. InBev Group, you know. I mean, or does it have Jewish shareholders? Gosh.
I reckon
Wholly owned subsidiary of AB InBev. Anheuser-Busch InBev. There we go. So let's have a look. A 25cl bottle is £1.69. So that... I remember seeing on the shelf a 1 litre bottle, and that was €1.70. So yeah, that's That's more than 4 times the price. I mean, €1.70 for a litre of beer. I mean, even if you didn't like it, they do the bloody hell, £16 for a lambic. I mean, I know it's the good one, but it's not worth. And it's only 750 mils. Oh no, the real...
Fuck that.
what you really want though, is you want it's a blue bottle. What's the name of it? I've had it before. It's
Lightning. Oh, okay.
it's a beer, and it comes in massive bottles. I've got a picture of it on my computer. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do that. Hemingford Grey is no more. With this character's death,
I'm
the
back.
thread of the fate remains entirely intact.
God damn it! He's back. I thought I was going to rise up. I was going to rise up, and I was going to take control of the 37.
Rise up, gamers.
Control, for fuck's sake.
Reports of my demise have been greatly exaggerated by Hobbit, obviously.
Well,
Fuck's
it was
sake.
Top Cat that was talking of your demise. I was looking at beer. Speaking of...
he was that concerned.
One of these days, Hemingford, one of these days, I will rise up and I will take control of the 37.
Well,
Ah,
I
you
thought
can have
I
it,
thought you were the leader of the 37 anyway.
Yeah, he's our one and only Duke Wrangler, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, we need a new Uncle Junior now. Brutus isn't around.
What, someone you can pretend is in charge?
Yeah, he's the one that gets arrested.
Okay, shit, that's a fun.
Here we go.
You're in charge, Brutus.
There we got San Foulion. That is a bottle there. That one, that's my cousin's hand for comparison, and so the bottles to that side, I think that's 2 litres. Then you got 5 litres, and that's a 10 litre one. And
Fuck,
I was
10-litre bottle of beer.
And the thing is,
Lovely.
I think it was like €25 or something. I was really tempted to buy it, but then I just thought to myself, there's no way I could drink that in one sitting. And if I had my mate Dave over, there's no way he could have driven back home. So it was like, where am I going to get a chance to open this bottle and share it with people? But
That's bigger than a Magnum, isn't it?
what? I mean, it's a San Foulion.
The smallest one on that shelf is a Magnum, isn't it?
The smallest one on that shelf is 2 litres, and I don't know, but let's have a look. Saint Foulion 10-litre bottle. See if I could find...
Fucking hell, everyone's piling on me while I've been gone for about 5 minutes. You see what someone in the chat's been put in?
You go away for 5 minutes and we all just assume you're dead.
37 is like Space Hawks. It follows the biggest, fattest around, which is heavy.
10-litre bottle of beer. How the fuck do you carry
Is that beer? Is that beer? That's champagne, isn't it?
It's a bottle of beer, I assure you. So this is the little one they do. The Saint Foulion. It's a triple, and it is 8.5%. Well, that's the other thing. It's 8.5%. So imagine drinking 10 litres of 8.5% beer. You are going to get fucked fast. Buck fast gets you fucked fast.
Broken fucking windows and everything.
You'll be getting the rape gangs, won't you?
You'll get
Rape statistics.
You'll be getting more on that. Rape.
Oh right, so I found the just so you know, guys. I found out what bottle sizes are. So if it's 1.5 litre, it's a Magnum.
I want a Jeroboam.
A 3 litre is a Jeroboam.
That's the
a
one.
6 litre is a Methuselah.
Yes.
Based.
A 9 litre is a Salamanazar.
Oh.
A 12 litre is a Balthazar.
Balthazar.
And a 15 litre is a
Balthazar
Nebuchadnezzar.
Ah, the Nebuchadnezzars. That's what I want. There's a
The Nebuchadnezzar is 20 bottles of wine.
So what was the 9 litre one? A
That is a Salamanazar. A Balthazar is 12 litres.
Yep, so there's a Salamanazar of San Foulion, 8.5%. Get that down, yeah? I mean, that is a thing.
Balthazar was good in what's it called? Battlestar Galactica.
The thing is, San Foulion is not that good. It's all right, but I've had better. The fact is, it's one of the few places I know that does a Methuselah or a Belshazzar bottle of Trappist ale. Oh, you can get They do triple distilled malts. There's Belgian whiskey made by Sanford. Let's have a look at this.
Did you ever? I was in the pub the other week. I said, can I have a bottle of beer? She said, what do you want? I said, Anheuser-Busch. She said, fine, thanks. How's your dick?
Deze inbreiding is ter onderductie met een extra Dutch scum. Triple Ben Vance, if you do blah 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 blah. It's all in Flemish. I can't read it.
Mike says you'd need a sack barra.
A sack barra. Oh, I want to go to Belgium so I can get big bottles of beer to share with my mates. I mean, that's what's going to happen. It's like, oh, you can't go into a pub without your vaccine pass. But no, you're not obliged to get one. It's like, fine, I'm just going to sit out in the park with the tramps with my 10-litre, my 9-litre Jeroboam bottle of San Filion.
You wanted that, wouldn't you? Cheap, strong drink. Just check out what the tramps are drinking.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know how to
proper trap that is.
I know how to make cider. You get a barrel, you make apple juice in it, and then you leave it for 2 weeks. There, you've got cider. You don't even need to put yeast in it. It will turn into cider.
Yeah, but don't you need to do something else to avoid going blind, though, Hubbard?
No.
No, that's a positive.
Yeah, not going blind for gays.
Yeah.
Or you could have a lady boy.
Not going blind is health and safety gone mad.
Oh, next you'll be saying,
blind.
Next you'll be saying, I want to put some preservatives in this barrel so it doesn't go off. What do you mean go off? Just drink the bloody thing. It won't go off if you drink it.
What do you mean I can't take corrosive liquids right in my eyes? Health and safety gone fucking mad, this is.
Statist.
Honestly,
political correctness gone mad.
If God didn't want us to drink wood alcohol, he'd have made us go blind or something if we had it.
Yeah.
Who needs your eyes anyway? You get more from the sick.
What do you mean I can't? What do you mean I can't go? What do you mean I can't go die in a coal mine kissing ass with the devil?
Oh, Bear Ray says, you want my 10-litre? Why do you need my 9-litre for? Well, I thought it was a 10-litre bottle because, look, I'll show you this image again. You look at that fucking massive bottle there. There's 330ml just to the side of Grimbergen, which is quite good. And you see that, and it's like, well, that's a 10-litre bottle. And it's like, I didn't know it was that's a 9-litre bottle because it's based on multiples of the champagne bottle.
What's it based on, sorry?
It's based on multiples of the champagne bottle.
Oh.
So what's like a standard champagne, a 75cl bottle called? A bottle?
Bottle?
Expensive.
A Belshazzar?
Balthazar.
I'm sure there's this thing called Belshazzar.
Balthazar.
Belshazzar.
Who actually wears fingerless gloves? The most useless.
I do.
Well, clearly my cousin wears them.
Fingerless gloves make you look cool, Top Cat.
Yeah, don't you know anything about style? I mean, look at the style. He's got a felt jacket on. He's got his fingerless gloves.
The only possible use I can think of them is if you were in a Oliver Twist play, you were playing, one of the characters from Oliver Twist.
The obvious use of it is to be that you're being stepped to inside and you're going through someone's rags and going, oh yeah, that looks nice. I'll have that one.
No, it's so you can light your lighter while you're keeping your hands warm.
Exactly.
You can't light a lighter.
I'm just scrolling up in the chat. Was there some sort of attempted coup while I was just like having me dinner?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And the peasants are revolting.
I know. You're telling me something I don't know.
Yeah, they took all our pretty princesses and Fabergé looks.
Yeah, Belshazzar.
All right, Anastasia. Show a minute's silence for the Romanovs.
Well, we could do.
He can't be listening. Oh, he's gone. He's not partaking in the minute silence.
Yeah, he's like, fuck that.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say. I mean, I'm almost tempted to just have. That's it. Look, Johnny Cash did a song called Belshazzar. And that's one thing. Let's have a look at champagne bottle size. I know you just read them out, but let's have them.
Got it back. I can give you the link.
Well, I'm going to have the images up there, so we got like.
Yeah, I got the image. There you go, Hobbit.
Oh, okay. Well, I've just done this. So we've got a split bottle. That's a quarter of a bottle, a half, standard, Magnum, Jeroboam, Methuselah.
No.
I saw a Jeroboam last time I was summer. I was in Belgium, and my that was it. It was my aunt's birthday, so she came over.
Who on earth buys a quarter of a bottle? I know where dessert wines usually come in like half or quarter bottle.
Yeah, I've never seen. Oh no, I have.
Weddings, aren't they?
An aircraft have them. So we have a Methuselah.
Does this conversation mean we're being considerably more than middle class than Sojo?
Balthazar and Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar? No, it's Nebuchadnezzar.
Sure.
I'm sure that's Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah,
But
Nebuchadnezzar.
But anyway,
Never say never.
Anyway, someone in the chat. This is why when I thought I saw a 10-litre bottle, it's actually 9 litres. So you see, that's 9. Oh, that's not 9. Fucking hell! Is somebody dragging their microphone through the gravel? Jesus!
Fuck you, Will. The amount of grief. No, just adjusting my mic. That was all.
Oh, right.
Because I've got people moaning. Oh, it's me on the other side of the room for his microphone.
Yes.
So,
You just need to.
you just dragged it across the floor instead of getting up and get it.
But,
I had to drag the stone tablet it's nailed to.
hang on. Wait a minute. Zoom into this. I think there's some doxy details here. Oh, look at that. Feet,
massive,
docs.
We can see Hobbit's reflection in one of the wine, but.
Oh,
zoom in, clear it up.
Wait.
We could be like CSI.
Wait a second. Those
77 Brigade, get hold of this. Zoom in, clear it up. Zoom it in.
Clearly, those aren't bare feet. So whoever took that photograph is not Hobbit.
Nah, it looks like they're one step ahead there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Plausible deniability.
God, look at now. This is content. It's like, oh, I thought we were going to talk about nuclear power and abiotic fuel free. Yeah, but in the meantime, let's just zoom in on Cousin's hand, shall we? Look at that. I mean,
Definitely white.
that's pure Bavarian Belgian phenotype there. 100% Bavarians. Thumb.
What's about 85% Germanic?
Hey, you know what? I think I'm going to use that as the thumbnail for the video. that's a thumbnail, that is. Right, let's do that now. Let's put it in. Have I got Eartham view? I know I've got Eartham view. Yeah, look, there's Eartham view. Right, so
it's
put
like
in
all
there.
them half French, half German born between 1939 and 1945.
All right, okay. So, oh, that's right. It's doing the display. Ooh. So anyway, did you guys want to talk about something?
No.
All right, okay.
Really,
well, that was a nice show.
Did you want to talk about the super producer you have in your midst?
Oh yeah, that's right. Hemi's moving up in the world, and so he's going to get the yachts and the helicopters. He's going to come up.
The rental income, the hot smoking hot wife and 2 kids in the Alps.
Then Hemi.
Oh dear. What do you think to this Fuentes? I really don't know enough about Fuentes to be kind of asked.
100%.
I think the problem is that the young uns with their content, that they're incredibly fucking bad optics to the point where they end up getting arrested and shit. Obviously, I know we're so edgy, but fucking hell, kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. In that Deadman video, he turned around and he said, like, on the kill stream, "I'm not being investigated by the FBI. Like, I'm speaking to a solicitor that that has expertise in the
No,
FBI.
he's got four solicitors. One of them has expertise in the FBI,
Yeah, exactly.
which he's not being investigated by.
Yeah, he's not being
If he's being investigated by
not
the FBI,
working
he's being
for the
gay
FBI.
up.
He's being gay. The whole thing's a fucking gay up, man. Like his right hand man came out to tell everyone the truth, and Nick's like, no, he's just lying, guys. Come along anyway, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, I made the
all your details before you do as well.
Yeah, I made the comparison last night. Like, imagine one of your mates has been nicked for drugs, and he comes out and goes, "Oh, I've not had any trouble with the police at all. Do you want to come to a buy?" That's basically the same sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Godwinson's just released a 2-minute video on PPP's channel, like a dance tune with Nick Fuentes going to jail theme.
Do you think Alex Jones is going to end up with some sort of incitement lawsuit, whether it's civil or an actual criminal?
Well, they're just going to keep dragging him through the courts until he's bankrupt.
Yeah,
I think if they were going to take Alex Jones down, they would have done so years ago. He's been around for an awful long. I was watching a documentary on the Waco siege a couple of days ago, and Alex Jones was around then. So if they were going to take him down for any reason, they'd have done it a long time ago. I think he's a useful diversion. You know, he's always talking about the Chi-Coms. You know,
have you ever heard that? Have you ever heard that video of Bill Cooper slagging him off? That's fucking awesome. That is. You ever heard that one, Hobbit?
Yeah, no, I just keep thinking because they all sort of slag one another off. Like years ago, Alex Jones used to say, "David Icke is a turd in a punch bowl." He said, because you look at the punch bowl and it's got the fruit and it's got booze and it's pretty good, and but then he has to talk about reptilians and then it's a turd and it ruins it all.
Got a point now.
Yeah.
No, I think David Icke's right.
I think we could all hazard a guess as to what he's talking about when he talks about the reptilian shapeshifters.
No, they're not Jews, and David Icke has explained it. It just happens to be a large disproportionate. They're overrepresented by shape-changing Archon reptilians.
Well, I think that's where we realistically are, aren't we? Like it's not the Jews, but like a good percentage of it is. You know, there are also guys that are fucking fully behind the current Globo Homo because it's good for business.
Yeah, that's what we mean by reptilians. Capitalists. Yeah, that's what a reptilian is.
Yeah.
Call it what you want. It doesn't. And I know some people are like, oh yeah, but I still won't be anti-Semitic as well. So don't worry, you still are. Like the reality is that if you deal with the capitalists, that is the Jews. They all go away. Like there's no working class Jew. When was the last time you saw a working class Jew?
Like fucking people are just. It proves how small-minded people are, because David Icke will do an interview and he'll say,
when I was a kid, I knew one. I knew a working class Jew.
Was he a
They live like fucking Trumps. I mean, the dad actually looked like a Trump.
Oh, someone said there's 0 J's under socialism. Thanks, Phil. Only white people can make socialism work. This is the reality. Sorry, it's the truth. Jews don't make it work. You have to deal with Jews with everything.
Well, they're just kind of like, you know when you go to Harvester and you go to get the salad and like the fucking sweet corns and everything. That's literally Jews. They're just in everything, aren't they?
They're in nationalism. Every ideology, they're in it.
Yeah,
well, they're everywhere.
But you know, at the end of the day, the only way we can get socialism to work is with white people. That's that's my point. I'm gonna make a video.
The only way to sort this thing out is to get powerful enough to change the material conditions. And once we've done that, then they will fuck off. I think we've got to work it the other way around. Instead of trying to make them fuck off, you change the systems to make them fuck off.
So they fuck off.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's like, we're going to deal with the elites. It's like, oh no, fucking hell, this is going to disproportionately affect Jews. It's like, well, that's a weird coincidence.
Yeah, but you can all fuck off.
You're all gonna fuck
You
off.
and Prince Harry and Prince fucking William
And your
and the
pretty
fucking
princesses,
Queen.
they
You
can
can
all
all
get
fuck
fucked.
off. Yeah, you can all fuck off.
No more Trotskys. No more Trotskys, Lenins, and Yagodas. Yeah, I'm against all them as well.
I think Bio-Ray's gonna come on soon, and he's a bit premenstrual, isn't he?
Yeah, he's triggered. He's like,
he's a bit premenstrual tonight.
capitalism. We love capitalism. It's fucking amazing.
Well, the fact is, if you want a proper economy that works for everyone, it's got to be a little bit capitalist, a little bit socialist, a little
It's
bit
more socialist though.
A little bit of Monica about
Yeah, but it's a sliding. It should be a sliding scale as the country needs it.
Well, yeah, but it just so happens that the more you think about it, the more regulations you put in place. That's my position anyway. It's like I think everyone should do whatever they feel like. And then the more I think about it, it's like, actually, I don't think anyone should. I think we should do it exactly.
But if you're in a situation, say running up to a war or something like that, you want to kind of you want to leave the regulations off a bit so you can get shit done, don't you? That's what I mean. That's what I mean. You still have total control, but it's you have more or less capitalism or socialism depending on how the country's doing.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that, definitely.
Because if you're all socialism or you're all fucking capitalism, I think they're both as equally as bent as each other. If you're all of, they're all part of a whole. They're all part of like an ecological, like monetary system, aren't they? That's my opinion anyway.
You can go a bit too far with socialism to the point where you've got too much bureaucracy to the point where it's like, well, who do I contact? You contact the General Secretary of the Regulations Committee of the Environmental Health, General Secretary of the Environmental Regulation Society. So what the fuck? So this is too much now. So, oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I know what you mean. The free market's good to a certain... Well, it isn't. No, I'm not even saying that. Like, it's all gay. It's all fucked up.
Yeah, but the free market. I'm never talking about an entirely free market. So just so you know, Phil, I'm just talking about a sliding scale as to because you don't really need to micromanage people. You can do a lot of this shit with carrot and stick.
It depends on what your conditions are. The problem is that England, if England is ever going to be like an ethno-nationalist state, we have to face the reality that the entire fucking planet is going to be against us, which it will be. So we will have to micromanage the economy for a bit. So we've got enough resources. Because there's going to be.
I don't know about that. I don't know about the entire planet. I think we.
Well, no, North Korea
very quickly. I think we'd very quickly have a few allies. Well. Would Russia not want to be an ally? Would China not want to be an ally?
Yeah, Russia and China, yeah, but we'd still have to manage our economy to a certain degree. Actually, I don't know if China and Russia would be an ally because they might use it as an opportunity to try and fuck us over, like get us.
Daily reminder, Phil, that nativism is wholeheartedly against isolationism.
Yeah, we haven't got a choice. It's like.
Yeah, but I wonder why nativist is against isolationism. It's almost like he's for globalism. Isn't it?
Yeah, he's for globalism. Because he's a cock. He's a liberal cock.
He was arguing in favour of the bloody lockdown last time I spoke to him. So.
Oh, do you know, he's. If you give him a stick, he'll always get the wrong end of it, won't he? He's on the wrong side of fucking everything, isn't he? He's never been on the right side of anything.
He was the guest.
What's this I heard about? PA got a write up in the Sun, didn't they?
Oh,
was it favourable?
Well, what's he done now?
Oh fuck knows, I don't know. I know they got a write up in the.
It's about the war zone. It's about the war zone streams, how he's grooming kids.
Yeah.
I can't believe.
Mark Collett grooms kids.
If I was a journalist right now, what can you do? You could put a picture of James Shand And you can put like previously PA were responsible for having a paedophile on their fucking party. Anyway, swiftly moving on. Here's fucking Mark like grooming kids on Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Just right. He allows them to write these stories. And the problem is Mark and all them, they're like, oh, they're making hit pieces against us. It's like, obviously, like if you've got an
But they go, they're making hit pieces against us. But they say, well, they're making hit pieces against us. Awesome, we're getting somewhere.
It's like, no, you're not. You're losing. Definitely losing. You can't recover from that. If you've got a paedophile in your party, you have to break the party up. You have to say, this was fucking stupid. Because it's just going to get worse from there on in.
Wow.
It kind of reminds me of that old...
When you see an article like that, you have to read it from...
Top Cat, you say that, but at the same time, the Conservative Party wasn't rocked by the scandal of Ted Heath.
Yeah, but they covered that shit up, though. They're clever with their fucking... who gets information and stuff.
Oh,
And
you're telling me that
I was
Mastermind
say,
Mark Collett couldn't cover up James Shand at 30... Hang on, do I mention the address? We did that song about it. Who lives in a house like this?
Yeah. He should have covered it. He should have covered it up. The way he should have covered it up is by getting a video footage of Mark and someone else beating the shit out of the paedophile and going in jail for it, and then the working class would go, "Oh, that's actually quite based." He had to nonce and went in jail for it. I'll vote for him.
Yeah, but the only problem with that is be like Mark Collett when he's beating him up. James would be like, "But I showed you all my child porn and we wanked off to it."
Shut up, James. Mum will find out. Mum will have to find out. Fuck's sake. That's what it'd be like, wouldn't it?
Jesus, £249 for a bloody beer tap.
Jesus.
Philips Perfect Draft Machine and Glassware Bundle. Meet Perfect Draft, the revolutionary keg machine. This episode is brought to you by Philips Perfect Draft.
Is Mark not live tonight? Isn't Mark not live tonight with another corridor simulator?
I don't know.
Yeah, he will be. Grooming kids again.
Oh. Dear Esther's.
They're all doing that, though, have you noticed? This is what I'm on about. Like, all these edgy YouTube, they're all trying to groom kids. Like, stop trying to groom kids. We need groom old people.
You're not the
old
boss,
people are
mate.
the ones who vote.
Is edgy just like a code word for paedophile?
Well, no, someone's done a Mark Collett Clips channel. Oh, cringe.
Oh, no.
Was it Mark Collett?
There's a video called Philip Schofield or endorses patriotic alternative.
Philip Schofield will batter Mark. And if
the Ayatollah, there's one. The Ayatollah on Russell Brand's Nazi boy Mark Collett documentary. That Hobbit, do you want to play a bit of that one? Yeah. That sounds like it might be fun.
Yeah, I feel like doing some content.
Mark Collett clips. I'll just put it in the wrong place. Potential stories.
No, this will do. So what we got? We got Mark Collett on Telegram, hedge funds versus Reddit. Homework.
A bit further down, there's the Ayatollah, and but there's nothing more than a based Hugh White man.
But we could have a homework work out lockdown with the golden one. It's like, hello, I stay juicy, my friends, with you. You got to take the juicing, and I am juicing, and that way you can be healthy in the Temple of Iron, my friends. You could be in Temple of Iron. Why is he not like acting in like some sort of film? I mean, he could be like Bjorg.
He's got that weird face. He looks like some sort of like elven creature or something, doesn't he?
He could be like Bjorgstein the Terminator. White domestic terrorist crackdown, the late stuff.
I found the Guardian article.
What's the video? What's the video I'm playing from the shit show?
The one about the Ayatollah being based. I don't know.
I can't be bothered to search for it. That means I'd have to type something in.
No, you can literally see it's on the second line on the front page.
Instagram, Tories, military, Britain first, Washington DC, insurrectional sit-in protest, Capitol Hill bomber.
These people. Do you want me to just play it, Hobbit? I'll play it through my.
No.
Look, there are certain ways in which they got power over you. If they're able to like dox you, try and get you sacked or whatever, threaten you with violence. In a lot of contexts, though, if your OPSEC's good, like the most they can do is wield their anti-white false morality. And if you show them, if you just give that finger, all they can do is be outraged at you for being a transgressor. Again,
anti-white false morality. Okay, I'm saying nothing.
against the occupiers' morality. I mean, just to pick up on something Mark was saying about, his position's always been the same and he's been vindicated. I mean, just to attest to that, if you look back at the old Russell Brand thing featuring Mark from years ago, there's clips of it on YouTube. You go in the comments on those YouTube clips and it's full of people saying, yeah, well, Collett was right, wasn't he, Russell? He was right, wasn't he? I mean, look at us now. Look at the new normal, Russell, 15 years on or however long ago it is. It's maybe longer ago than that now, 18, I don't know. But
Daniel reminded this
idea of us being the
brown
bad
birds.
guys. This only makes sense if you understand. And again, I say this mindful of the fact that you've got some people who are basically.
He's just two for both, isn't he? He just talk words, but he
really
never really says anything, does he?
He likes the sound of his own voice.
Loves it.
Yeah, get to the point, dickhead.
Yeah. Fucking get on with it.
This is actually simple. It's a lesson I learned from Rockwell's White Power. When somebody is to the point, you can relate to them, and you know that they're being honest in what they're saying. But when somebody is unnecessarily coming up with all these 3-4 syllable words and trying to obfuscate what it is they're saying, you question how genuine they are, and you know how genuine Toller lives. He doesn't live the values of a nationalist.
Yeah, I mean he lives the anti-white narrative. I mean, what
is he? The Kalergi department of PA. What is he?
Who are we talking about?
Oh, it's Toller.
Oh, right, Toller, yeah. I think the problem is a lot of people in nationalism don't lead the values of nationalism, especially in PA. Jesus Christ, they're all. It's like earlier, right?
Yeah, but if you are a race mixer, why elbow your way to the front of PA? Why do it? Just
stay behind.
I mean, surely any normal, like if he was as moralistic as he says he was, he'd go, no, I can't really because I've got brown misses. Any normal person would do that, but no, he elbows his way to the front of fucking nationalism to spout his fucking bullshit, which he doesn't really believe in himself because he doesn't.
And he's free to do that because the people that he has to elbow past are bloody Dopey Chris and Sven Longshanks, and there's no standards there or no fascistic hierarchy. What an idea that'd be. Like. People on the door saying, no, you're not coming in, you're not welcome. So he can elbow his way, and he's going to get his donations and his bits of, how many, couple hundred people watching his stream. So he's got his little spot now. And people like that knowingly damaging, the nationalist cause, but they don't give a fuck because they only.
Well, to be honest, it's pretty clever, really, isn't it? Keep your mouth shut about your brown bird until people like you. Once people like you, then you can.
Hello.
Hello.
Sounds like you got a Discord message.
No, well, that's the thing. I was looking and I don't see a message pop up, and then it was just Hemi went quiet as soon as it popped up. So I think we heard something from him.
Maybe it was from the keyboard big man who's logged on, but he's not said anything. He might be getting ready for Warzone, we call it.
The thing is, as well, is that it does set a precedent as well, where people will look at Ayatollah and they'll think, well, if he's got a brown beard, I can have a brown beard. It sets like a fucking chain of events where to the point where you're not even a nationalist party.
But why would you
anymore.
want a brown bird anyway?
Because it's cheat code, and a lot of people are that desperate that they just want the fucking easy difficulty, don't they? They just think, I'll just fuck a monkey and get it done with.
But then you're having sex with a monkey, and it's disgusting, and you have to look.
People are.
You have to look in their face, and it's just. I mean, do they think at that point it's like, well, at least I'm not gay? It's like, yeah, but
it's not a real person, man.
No.
I mean, it's not a real person.
I mean, well done, you managed to find a female monkey to have sex with. What, that's better than being gay, is it? Because I'm starting to think maybe it's not. What would Pink News say? What's more degenerate, quars or race mixing?
What's more degenerate, a femboy a Nazi fanboy or a fucking a trad curry
A trad Filipino which makes shit fucking beer. Fucking shit beer. Fucking San Miguel.
Disgusting.
Honestly, it is the worst fucking beer. Is there any beer I've had where I thought, no, this is worse than San Miguel? Oh yeah, the Nigerian Guinness is pretty foul. That's made with sorghum. What else do they do? Ooh, oh, that looks interesting.
Sorry, lads, I had to nip away.
Yeah, you got a DM, I noticed.
A DM?
Well, yeah, because you were talking and then it's like, did it? And then suddenly, like, your microphone unplugged.
Oh no! It was an IRL.
Ah, it's an IRL DM.
Yeah.
Yep. I want to watch this video about AMD Ryzen offset mount 420mm Arctic liquid freezer cooler review. But at the same time, I did say I was going to do. I'm just not in.
Are we going to do the Guardian article?
Are we going to do a go? I think I can briefly. Let's just briefly knock out this thing about abiotic fuel theory.
That sounds like a belter, doesn't it, Brutus? Sunday chat 100, unwashed and grief.
You can unwash grief.
Okay.
That sounds like an absolute belter. That does, doesn't it?
So, let's just do abiotic fuel free at sum up. Long story.
Nah, mate. I'm shit, and I'm shit. I'm nothing. And nah.
So abiotic fuel free. You got methane in the crust. It
Nah.
condenses.
I'm shit. I'm nothing. Don't talk to me. Don't ask me nothing. I'm shit. I'm nothing.
So how can abiotic fuel free work in practical terms? 1. Ancient deposits. Crude oil and natural gas can be formed from ancient hydrocarbon deposits that have always been present on the planet. No, that wasn't my chair. That was my microphone arm.
Oh, was it?
Whether it was supernaturally created or the planet formed through a natural evolutionary process, these hydrocarbons are formed into fuel with the potential of 1 billion years. 2. Mantle creation. The hydrocarbon mixes required in the abiotic fuel theory must be created with natural conditions of the mantle. 3. Hydrogen generation. Hydrogen has been found as deep as 20,000 feet below the surface of our planet. Depths of up to 66,000 feet are possible. If the hydrogen were present, that's a good clip, that is. It could react with water. It could react with water, ferrous oxide, and magnetite to produce crude oil and natural gas. Serpentinite mechanism. Another pro's idea is that methane, hydrogen, or carbon dioxide could form petroleum with inorganic willy bum bum when exposed to high pressure, high temperature environment. Spinel polymerization mechanism. High concentrations of magnetite, limonite, and columbite can be found in many rocks. Although chemically,
we both got autism, haven't we?
Although chemically reduced rocks could willy bum, the reaction of methane and magnetite with ethane and hematite offers the potential of producing the conditions described by abiotic fuel theory. And finally, carbonate decomposition. You get some carbonates, they decompose into it. So there we go. And why is the abiotic fuel theory important to study? Because Rockefeller was trying
Bastards. Assholes. Fuckers. Cunts. Niggers.
These are some of the swear words what I know.
Ha ha ha, we get to take your money. Ha 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 ha.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. So that's why we say it's fossil fuels and not just...
It's not your fault you're a nog, is it?
Because, ha ha ha, we get to take your money, isn't it funny?
Yeah.
I think that was with regards to a speeding ticket. Which didn't happen, by
Was
the
it?
way.
Is that what they were talking about?
Well, that was what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I was just wound up about... But I never got that speeding ticket in the end. I think that DM could have been Phil's phone. Because,
yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, that was.
It's always Phil's phone. He turns his mic up to 11 to 12 and then just fucking lives his life, doesn't he?
He's like Rock, but he's not such a drunk. He's a functional drunk, and I respect that.
Drunk Phil's great when he shouts at his computer because it won't come on and it's on, and you can hear him shouting at it. Oh, fucking thing.
No, that's just him complaining about life, isn't it?
Go and get yourself a sports bra, you fucking fat cunt.
Jelly tits ass.
Jelly tits ass.
Jelly tits ass. Yeah.
Jelly tits ass.
So there we go.
Jelly tits ass.
Actually, you know what, Hemi? I think the audience has had enough of your and my voice. Top Cat, you've got a voice for radio. Why don't you read this Guardian article? I'll put it up on the thing. What's it called? This potential stories, is it?
Believe me, that'll be rectified within the hour.
So where's this? Is it potential stories? What's this thing?
All the other mums have got at least one brand baby.
Is it the Gorilla Glue slag? Does Gorilla Glue?
No, it's Doodling Pad. It's one up from Brutus the Insane and his Unwashed and Grief. Nah, I'm fucking shit. I'm rubbish. I'm shit. I'm nothing. I'm shit. I'm nobody.
It's just a shame because he actually makes fairly decent music. You know, he did a remix of one of my songs. Did Grief?
Did he?
Yeah, it was Aftertouch Hobbit edit. So, no, Grief edit or Aftertouch. That was it. It's on his channel.
Well,
so...
at least he's off the rag now. Anyway, that's one thing, isn't it?
Yeah, well, like I said, you can listen to it and it's pretty good. He's just like, oh yeah, I like that, nice and atmospheric. Here's a drum and bass remix. Oh, thank you very much, Grief. I said I'd make some bass line samples for it, but nothing came of it. I've got to learn how to use these digital audio works. I hate them. So yeah,
jelly tits ass.
So, when are you going to do a
jelly tits ass?
So jelly tits ass, you going to read this story out? Come on,
jelly tits ass, jelly tits ass.
Oh,
that'd be fucking awesome, Hobbit.
That is a good sample, isn't it? I'll have to have
jelly tits ass.
But you know what? The thing about making music is, like, I can make some, but making, like, specific music is really hard. Like, I wanted to put a banging donk on it, but it turns out a banging donk is actually really hard to do. And I thought, but if Chavs and Gopniks can do a banging donk, then surely I can do a banging donk.
They probably buy one in a pack, don't they? Probably buy a pack of them.
What, like, you just get, like, a Tesco value pack of banging donks?
Well, I didn't mean you get a pack of banging donks. They probably just downloaded some fucking pack of donks.
You get a sample.
Do you want to read this and Hobbit?
Yeah, how the far right uses video games.
Let's have a look from today's Observer. How far right uses video games and tech to lure and radicalise teenage recruits. After a 13-year-old was sentenced last week, a young victim of radicalisation talks about how white supremacists target children. John, also known as Barkley, was 15 when a member of his Facebook group volunteered to become Britain's first white suicide bomber. Another advocated attending Friday prayers. Oh.
Friday prayers?
Oh, Top Cat's been showered.
Oh my God. Top Cat is getting the zuck.
I'm back at it. Just when you scrolled out, there we go. Another advocated attending Friday prayers at the local mosques and slaying people where they stood. Another wanted to firebomb the place of worship. Ultimately, no blood was spilt.
Well, like you said the other day, it's always the fucking planning stage, isn't it? These people are always the bridesmaid, they were the bride, aren't they?
Well, exactly. The plan goes, it's indefinite. It's just a fantasy.
Well, far be it from me to suggest that any bombs supplied would be supplied by the police and they would be deactivated. It would be, nobody would ever suggest such a thing.
Yeah. Police soon raided several homes linked to the group. John and a friend, also 15 and adherents of far-right ideology, carried an arsenal of knives and machetes to ensure officers never found them. John became increasingly radicalised by an online barrage of far-right disinformation. Far-right disinformation.
He got breathalyzed.
Homeless British soldiers were set against Muslim families being given free homes. Now, I know Now, I know the posts were all fake, but the 15-year-old me didn't bother to fact check.
So it's all fake. So that means you get loads of homeless Muslims and all British soldiers have houses. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's just lies, isn't it? The worry is that John's contemporaries won't either. A surge of online extremism and disinformation has arrived at a time of lockdown-induced isolation, loneliness, and homeschooling, creating what police call a perfect storm. One British far-right group has even started pushing an alternative white supremacist school curriculum for lockdown learning.
I wonder what white group that could be.
Yeah.
Youngest white person in the UK to commit a terrorism offence was sentenced. Only 13 when he downloaded a bomb-making manual. The teenager subsequently became the leader of the UK arm of a banned neo-Nazi terrorist group that glorified individuals.
Well, this is the other thing. You've got to look at the language they use. Because he said he's the youngest person in the UK to commit a terrorism offence. Not to commit a terrorism, to commit a terrorism offence, which was downloading a bomb-making
In
manual.
other words, he went to a website with the Anarchist Cookbook, which has got, I'm pretty sure...
Yeah.
Well, I know for a fact that the drug recipes in it are wrong, and I'm pretty sure that if the drug recipes are wrong, the bomb-making...
You mean a friend of yours knows for a fact, I bet?
A friend of mine, who definitely isn't me, knows for a fact that the recipes in it are wrong. I mean, there's even a recipe which I've been told about on good authority by a friend who definitely isn't me, that there's a drug in it called banana dye, and it's like, why spend money buying drugs when you can just get banana peels and then you just scrape out the inside banana peels and then cook it on tin foil and put it under the grill. You inject that into your veins. I'm not saying do this, I'm just saying this one bit, and then you'll get really fucking high. And
it's just awful how these things are written, isn't it? I mean, do you think all the Galaxy Brain Observer readers will, they even ask? He didn't bother to fact check. So what facts have you checked then, author of the article? Give us.
Well, don't you find out later on that they fact check nothing? They even get the name of the game wrong, don't they?
Why is this alternative curriculum a white supremacist curriculum? What are some of the subjects that are being taught that's a white supremacist? It just doesn't say, does it? But all the Galaxy Brains that read
English history
don't bother to ask those questions. But I'll continue with the article. Swift journey from lonely adolescent to UK leader of the Fury division is disquieting, not for its uniqueness, but for its part in a growing pattern. At least 17 children, some as young as 14, have been arrested on terrorism charges over the last 18 months. A new neo-Nazi group led by...
Oh no, I've just got to ask a question. It's like, how come Hunter was the oldest, but at least 2 or 3 years, yet wasn't running this organisation?
The group discussed...
Was the mastermind a 7-year-old?
Led by a 15-year-old from Derby emerged last year. Its entire membership consisted of children. The group discussed attacking migrants in Dover and how to acquire and modify weapons. Now, would a responsible British paper not question why these young teenage boys are so disenchanted with what's going on and how their elites are treating them and actively replacing them? Why did he feel the need to attack these migrants that are arriving and raping, the sisters and replacing them? Why did he feel this need? Among the organisations monitoring the radicalisation of teenagers is the Home Office's Commission for Countering Extremism. Sarah Khan, that's a British name, the government's lead commissioner.
She obviously hasn't got an axe to grind, has she?
Oh, no.
Why is she?
Why is she? We've got all these.
She's
Sarah
in whiteface. She's.
Patel.
That's cultural appropriation. Look at her. She's wearing makeup to look white.
Yeah, this country was never secure until we had Sarah Khan and Preeti Patel and all these Indians and Asians to protect us. Just thank you, guys. Khan, who will publish a report this month chronicling myriad of failures in the government's counter-extremism strategy, said they had identified considerable extremist content, much on unregulated platforms, and propelled by algorithms that could quickly draw young minds like John's into deeper violent extremism. No violence actually committed, by the way. Thousands of videos, memes, GIFs, and other content promote Islamist beheading videos. Neo-Nazi material advocating for Jews to be gassed to videos celebrating the actions of terrorists such as Thomas Mayer, the far-right supporter who murdered Joe Cox, said Khan. Meanwhile, new research
talk about
how...
not fact-checking. There's no actual consensus on what he said before he stabbed Joe Cox, is there?
No. New research reveals how right-wing extremists are using fresh methods to lure young recruits. Okay, I think is this where we get to the computer games. Researchers for an initiative supported by the UN Counter-Terrorism Executive Directorate identified the online game creation system Roblox as having been used by right-wing extremists to recreate a playable version
Roblox, not Minecraft.
of infamous far-right atrocities.
Yes.
Tech Against Terrorism researchers found users being invited to roleplay Anders Breivik's 2011 attack on the Norwegian island of Utøya, the 2019 mosque shootings in Christchurch, New Zealand, and the 2019 terrorist attack in El Paso, Texas.
What about the 2017 Las Vegas shooting? Is there a Roblox?
What about the Nice trucker piece? The Bataclan.
What about the Notre Dame arson attack?
What about the piles and piles of successful fucking terrorist actions that we can talk about? You know, literally as long as you're fucking.
What about Notre Dame burning? And whilst it's burning, Mr. Macron is saying that. Yeah, exactly. But what about when Notre Dame's burning and Macron's like, it's definitely not arson, and you see some giggling Muslims coming out of the church going tee hee hee, and one of them's holding a spent jerry can. I wonder what could have been in that jerry can.
The response, by the way, at Manchester train stations since that bomb at the MEN Arena and Manchester Victoria train station was to hire as many non-whites as possible. So
yes, that'll make us safe.
Walking through, so they really make sure it's secure now. Just no British people working at the train station anymore.
Sorry to laugh, but I just read ahead. You'll get there eventually, Top Cat. There's a bit of Call of Duty Warcraft, which.
Significantly, the rapidly growing UK white nationalist group Patriotic Alternative is actively targeting younger recruits and recently started Call of Duty Warcraft gaming tournaments for its
I can recommend the AR-47 is the best rifle in Call of Duty Warcraft.
You need to be mage class to use the AR-47.
Yeah. Have you had the bump? Did you put the bump handle on it a bit? Have you got the bump handle?
You need to have the chainsaw attachment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most recent event was last Monday, with its players personally invited by the group's 40-year-old founder, Mark Collett, the British National Party's former Director of Publicity. It was held hours after the sentencing last week of a teenager who ran the British arm of a group wanted societal collapse through terrorist violence and was itself headed by a 13-year-old Estonian known as the Commander.
Oh, I'll tell you what, this is dirty what they're doing here, because they're talking about one thing and mentioning another, aren't they? It's just absolutely filthy what they're doing here.
Yeah, they do.
It's what isn't that literally what they call a smear job?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're not defenders of Mark Collett by any degree, but fuck me, this is just. Absolutely,
it'd be like saying Joe Bloggs was seen closing his butcher shop at 5:30 the same day when Fred West was burying his latest victim in his patio. Yeah. By the way, Fred West Patios is available if anybody needs a patio done. Just go on Twitter, type in Fred West Patios.
In court, the British teenagers' lawyers touched on the complex web of emotional, economic and political factors that can leave youngsters vulnerable to The teenager had endured a dreadful childhood that left him estranged from his parents. John identifies a sense of hopelessness that left him susceptible to the messaging of the far right. Did John identify that, or was he just told that's what we're going to write about him?
Well, 15, why is John, like, back as you were saying earlier, Toffee? Why is John Why does John feel hopeless? Is there any reason that John feels hopeless? Maybe there's something that's happening around John.
Are you saying environmental factors lead to a sense of demoralisation and hopelessness? Say it ain't so.
At 15, he felt written off after being placed in the bottom set at school. 0 exam expectations were predicted by teachers who made it apparently his life opportunities would be dismal. Far right promised him a future. Oh well, that's a mistake right there. Don't promise him a. I remember reading an article like this just a few weeks ago, and it started out, and it was, he was obviously he's converted now, and he's seen the error of his ways. But it started out, one of these evil neo-Nazis came up to this lad and took the cannabis he was smoking out of his mouth and threw it away. Said, "Don't be smoking that. That's what they want you to smoke." And he's what an evil neo-Nazi telling people not to.
What a bastard!
Trying to straighten him up, but
trying to sort his life out.
Yeah, I was relying on the far right for a job. Yeah, that might actually be Colette now. They were saying that when they got power, they would be giving jobs to people like me," said John. Patriotic Alternative, whose adherents include a former activist of prescribed neo-Nazi group National Action. There you go, Charlie. You first mentioned in the paper.
No, it's not Charlie, is it? It's 100.
Oh, is it the Towlers?
Yeah. The deputy leader's husband. That's who they're talking. That's who they're talking about.
Yeah. Offers teenagers who feel school has failed them a different learning route. Who feel school has failed them. School hasn't failed them. They just feel it has. Tailored from early years to Key Stage 4. The homeschooling, maybe school has failed me actually. The homeschooling curriculum has a keen emphasis on the Anglo-Saxons and sections on figures such as the Victorian poet Alfred Lord Tennyson.
Well, the thing is, I could write an article for putting people off a PA, and it would be 100% factual. There'd be no lies involved in it.
We don't need to do smear jobs to criticise PA.
Yeah,
exactly. Critics want a lack of
supervision
over homeschooling risks youngsters being exposed to extremism. The teenager who headed UK's Shura Creek division, but cannot be named, was homeschooled by his grandparents in Ooh, see, this is the next step, isn't it?
Yeah.
Making homeschooling illegal.
Well, you know who else?
Thanks, Mark. You've won again. Well done.
You know who else?
Actually, you made this prediction a long time ago. When they started pushing this curriculum. That's what's going on.
But do you realise what's happening here? Mark Hollett is just taking a leaf out of his leader De Fuhrer's book because Hitler banned homeschooling.
Over attempts by the far rights to woo teenagers.
But as you keep saying, Toppy, he's absolutely nothing like the Fuhrer, is he? Because, like you say, Hitler banned homeschooling. Like Hobbit just said, they don't share anything with the Nazis at all, do they?
No, they're not even nationalist or socialist. They're liberal. Like it's like you said earlier. It's like they haven't even got a hierarchy or like some sort of. It's weird. It's like I'm a fascist, but I'm sort of got like a liberal take on who can join my party. It's like, okay, that's fucking weird.
I don't even know what these distinctions mean. I just want the fuckers out of the country.
Yeah,
I'm not racist, I just don't fucking like them.
Simple as too right, fella.
That's it.
Patriotic Alternative has encouraged youngsters to host live-streamed Zoomer nights, named after Gen Z age group born between the late 90s and early 10s. Archived footage from the anti-fascist group Hope Not Hate reveals teenagers discussing white genocide and fears that black and Asian minorities will become their new masters. Have you not just referenced somebody telling us? Yeah,
and now you have the Fuhrer of London, don't you? You know, sad IQ.
Yeah. John says he also became preoccupied with the concepts of a war between race and religions. You know, because that's never happened before.
No,
Everybody,
that's bullshit.
yeah, everybody was thinking like a soldier, talking about defending our culture, standing up for our country. Oh, that's absolutely shocking. Imagine defending your culture and standing up for your country.
Saying you love England means you're a Nazi.
That's not what the corporations have been telling you to think, John. Come on. His personal odyssey took him from the violence waging private Facebook group to a far right Southeast Alliance to the fascist Britain's first.
I don't even know what Facebook group he's talking about, but I don't know what Facebook group he's talking about, but I can guarantee you there was no violence waging going on if that were a Facebook group.
Banned.
As with the start of John's far-right journey, the internet offers teenagers a quick and simple way to push boundaries and create identity, says Patrick Hermanson of Hope Not AIDS.
Not like LGBTQ or anything. They're not trying to push boundaries or anything. That's just all legit, isn't it?
What, you saying you got something against...
My local fire station, Phil, they've hoisted up the LGBTQP flag now. And it just made me think what a conquered people we are. We're taking the knee, we're wearing a mask, and we've got the LGBTQP flag flying over our institutions.
The P stands for plus, the plus stands for paedophile.
Yeah. Does the P not just stand for paedophile?
No, the P stands for plus. The plus means plus of paedophile.
It all stands for paedophile, including lesbian and gay. They're all fucking abused or something.
Young people have found a low-cost outlet to appear extreme and get disproportionate influence and fear in other members. It doesn't matter if it's a 13-year-old or a 30-year-old, says Hermanson, he added. It's easy to dismiss as posturing, but these kids do damage. They run far-right campaigns, they produce propaganda, and they radicalise other kids. The research by
our propaganda's good, yours is bad. That's basically what they're saying.
I wonder who funds these groups, Hope Not Hate and Tech Against Terrorism. I wonder, you know... And also found that extremists use language on gaming platforms such as Roblox, which says it swiftly acts on any inappropriate content to recruit new youngsters online. Bloody hell. They found that extremists use reference to computer games, Minecraft and Roblox in their posts in order to hide their messages online gaming chat. One example found on the social messaging app Telegram involves a user posting comprehensive bomb-making instructions to a youngster with the message, "Hey kid, want to make a mail bomb from Roblox?"
I don't work for Fire.
Okay, officer, I'll do that. Fuck off.
Let me just...
As if that was anybody but a Fed.
Let me just read out the next paragraph for you, Toppy. Also on Telegram was a Roblox simulation of a vehicle attack against protesters, a recurrent theme of far-right memes. What, like the Nice attack, like the German Christmas market attacks, like it's happened in this country, like it's happened in any country with a sizable Muslim population. What, you mean those?
And if anybody from The Guardian is listening to this and they want to be sympathetic to the Nice attacks, just remember the Nice attack truck stopped because it got gummed up with the fucking body parts of the people it had run over. That's why the Nice truck stopped. This is the kind of thing that people who write articles like this should fucking remember when they're saying that we're committing terrorist acts.
Yeah, but all the people that got run over were white French, so therefore they had it because of their history of colonial supremacy against Algiers.
Was it very nice of them?
Every day we are seeing far-right violent extremists and terrorist groups exploit youth culture, not only to evade content moderation, but also to radicalise young people themselves, says Adam Bagley, Director of Tech Against Terrorism. He wants.
I love the cope that it's like they're offering them a future. It's like fucking hell. Exactly. Don't you self-reflect and say, hold on a minute, they're offering them a future and we're not. Maybe we should.
Well, the response to this is, all of these disillusioned kids that can, very clearly see that they are a despised underclass, they should just have their ability to communicate on the internet take away from them, and that will solve.
They need to
everything.
accept that it's all lies. The actual material conditions that they're experiencing, that's all bullshit. They're actually millionaires, and everything's going to be all right.
Oh, I've just found about Adam Hadley, in case you wanted to know. Adam Hadley is the founder and director of Tech Against Terrorism, a public-private partnership. Public-private, lovely. Recognised by the UN Security Council in working with the Global Internet Forum to Counter Terrorism and the United Nations Counter-Terrorism Directorate to support the global tech sector in tackling the terrorist use of the internet whilst respecting human rights. Adam,
same UN that was set up by a convicted communist spy.
Yeah. Adam is also the CEO of London-based data science consultancy QuantSpark. I'm going to have a look at that now.
Yeah, just take away white kids' ability to use the internet. I'm sure that won't motivate them to go to the library to access their terminals, to access actual, practical tools they could make to redress their grievances. I'm sure that won't bloody happen.
Well, this is it.
Oh, hold on a minute. So QuantSpark, our mission is to pioneer the strategic application of data science and software development to improve commercial decision-making. QuantSpark prides itself on combining creative thinking with analytical rigour. Everything we do is guided by commercial impact. Our team is comprised of analysts and developers. So basically, this fucker has been let off the chain by the UN to collect your fucking data.
And I like the idea if it's like working with commercial interests. So hold on a minute. We've got the capitalists working with these big corporations, big business and security councils. I wonder what could possibly be going on there.
What's the point of this when they got Facebook? Or is it just we're a company that analyses Facebook data?
Yeah, it's because you're not going along with the gay up. Like the reality is that they want everyone as liberal and degenerate as possible, so they can make as much money as possible. And when someone spazzes out and breaks out the fucking matrix and starts getting all nationalistic again, they have to call you a terrorist and just say shut up. I think that's just what it is, isn't it? Really, fucking bullshit.
Cock and bollocks, fam.
Cock and bollocks indeed.
Simple as.
So where are we on this article? Every day we're seeing far-right violent extremists?
Exit UK are hilarious. They've even deleted their YouTube channel, haven't they?
Far-right violent extremist and terrorist groups exploit youth culture, not only to evade content moderation, but also to radicalise young people themselves, said Adam Hadley. He wants governments to be able to remove extra extremist right-wing content by designating more groups as terrorist organisations. Nothing about extra extremist so-called left-wing content. Another pressing issue is how to rescue youngsters seduced by extremism. A teenager sentenced last week received a 24-month youth rehabilitation order to help de-radicalise him. Exit UK, run by a former far-right organisations who understand how hard it is to leave the scene, has received 241 requests to help since last April.
Does anybody know if Prevent? Does anybody know if Prevent is 100% government, or whether there's some sort of public-private partnership shit going on there?
Well, it's all common purpose, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Common Purpose is a public-private NGO that's rootless cosmopolitan-led.
Offering simple answers to very difficult problems. The fact that it's not a very difficult problem, I don't believe. The far right and other extremist organisations are promoting their message of division and hate, using a challenging and lonely time to target vulnerable individuals. John knows how consuming hateful ideology can be. By the time he turned 18 in 2019, he was so convinced by the far right's message that he openly shared racist and anti-immigrant comments with peers at college. Oof. Proudly, he told his teacher he was an EDL and Britain First member. The college safeguarding team was notified. Wrong think.
Why do I
John
keep hearing
responded by
Discord
offering them an EDL sticker and invited them to a far right meeting. Based, John.
Oh, stop it. Sorry. I don't know why.
John was referred to by the government's counter-radicalisation programme Prevent, and that how many of these quangos do we need, and who's behind them? I mean, how many of them are there just giving people privileged, easy lives, just to choke people as they're crying out and saying, we're being abused, we're being replaced.
Help, I'm being oppressed.
John was referred to the government's counter-radicalisation programme Prevent, and then Channel, which provides support and mentoring. The support and mentoring, that just made me think, do you remember Clockwork Orange when they get him to watch, they open up his eyes, so they force him to watch the cinema reels. That's support and mentoring he'll be getting. The 20 quotes from the Quran that John believed declared war against British people were quickly challenged. Mentor asked him to locate the quotes in an electronic version of the Quran. Only one existed, and that was dramatically out of context. So the Quran doesn't share any sort of hatred at all. John said...
Oh, no. It's just, there's two versions of the Quran, isn't there? There's like the hippy-dippy version that everybody uses, and there's like the evil one that...
That's why we don't need concrete barriers and armed police at Christmas markets.
Islam is the most feminist religion, bigots.
And that's why it's the most evil.
Prevent leads to... Is Prevent the same as the one that does the Prevent drug stuff? Because
I think that's Frank.
The only Prevent website I could find was substance abuse, crime and disorder, and internet safety. But that actually leads to a registered one of these office farm places in Covent Garden. One of the ones where they have loads and loads of businesses there.
John said this was a light bulb moment. I realised I'd been lied to. Over the next 5 weeks, he studiously researched and cross-referenced the facts that upheld his far-right dogma. After uncovering the truth, I realised I had to break away. Did you tell that to all the tens of thousands of girls that have been gang raped over the past few years? I didn't want to hate Islam. I didn't want to hate Muslims. I didn't want to hate full stop. And it always concentrates on Muslims.
I didn't want to hate Chechens. I didn't want to hate the Communist Party. I wanted to love Mother Russia. Jonsky now realises that Comrade Stalin is his friend, and that his family deserved to go to Gulag, because they were asking too many questions too.
So really the point of this article is to bring up into the conversation about completely corporatising internet, isn't it?
That's it. They don't like the idea that what you're telling me that two men might have a private conversation and there's not some middleman snooping in on it. That's why the thing with pubs being closed is the most insidious part of it, is the fact that you can't go to a pub and talk with your friends and have an unmonitored conversation.
Exactly. But yeah, they've not referenced any facts that this guy believed and why those facts were correct. And of course, well, just
there's I mean, in all of these like leftist propaganda pieces, there's never any there's never any question of why do they believe this and why are they dissatisfied and why do they think there's a hopeless life. It's just a given that, well, he's white, therefore he's evil, and really he should be grateful that he hasn't been killed by a pack of rabid dogs yet. Sorry, niggers. No, I mean dogs.
Jesus Christ.
Don't say fuck or bugger.
Yeah.
Fuck and bugger.
Oh, I just said don't say fuck or bugger. You fucking nignog.
Oh, that's it. We're done now.
Oh, dear. I don't even really feel like... I mean, I definitely will talk a bit more about energy in the future, but I don't really want to get into it in this week. I'm very... what's the word I'm looking for? I feel like just taking a piss in public whilst my microphone's not muted.
I'm having trouble finding out about Prevent, but I did find a leaflet for Prevent where they talk about the Economic and Social Research Council, big logo in the top corner. So the ESRC, which is the Economic and Social Research Council, is a committee of UK research and innovation created under the Higher Education and Research Act of 2017, alongside 8 other committees. It is made up of members from business, civil society and the public sector, as well as representatives from the academic community. The council advises the executive chair and the UKRI board on social science activity. That doesn't sound fucking scary at all, does it?
No.
What capitalists and the government working in cooperation to...
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
Would like this be described as a corporatism, where you've got corporations lording it over everybody else, where they socialise losses and privatise profits?
Yeah, it could be that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the difference between corporatism and capitalism is, but when I say corporatism, it sounds like I'm clever, so I'm going to use that term.
Well, it's just capitalism. Like, I know everyone's going, this isn't real capitalism, but it is real capitalism.
Real capitalism hasn't been tried yet.
Oh yeah, like the commies say as well. It's everyone's ideology's never been tried before.
Real anything hasn't been.
They're kind of right though, aren't they? Because every time it gets perverted by people, that's why you can't have a pure ideology. Because every time people are fallible. People can be bought off. People can be threatened. You know,
it's like, hold on a minute. I like money, but it's like, yeah, but you can't fuck over your entire nation. They're like your family, man.
Yeah,
if you care
why
about
not?
It's like, yeah, I like money though. I love money. See you later, dickhead.
And I don't know about you, but that dickhead which was holding me up doing 40 in a 60, I don't care about his white well-being.
Yeah.
Who funds like Prevent then? Because I haven't found anything on that.
That's what I'm trying. It's hard to even find out. I don't think they even have a website. That's how fucking weird it is.
They're like the Tao Xia of the government.
The problem is that hold on a minute.
It seems to be a strategy, doesn't it? Prevent.
That was was that too much of a specky reference? Was it?
Sorry, Hobbit.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. What is the Tao Xia? Well, I'm glad you asked that, dear panel of things. Let's have a look at.
Prevent was set up in 2006 by the Labour government as part of a wider counter-terrorism strategy called Contest. Prevent's aim is to stop people becoming terrorists or supporting terrorism.
So it's just a strategy then.
Oh yeah. I'm sure it's got an office with a board. Where Google get to fucking say their piece, don't they?
Of course it fucking does. We need to find out more about this.
It's just another way of keeping it's just another way of keeping the pressure cooker going, isn't it? You take away people's right to say anything. You take away the right to meet up and do anything productive. You batter them down and tell them what bad people they are. And
a key part of the Prevent strategy is channel. Police work with public bodies, including local councils, social workers, NHS staff, schools, and the justice system to identify those at being at risk of being drawn into terrorism, assess what the risk might be, then develop the tailored support. I mean, this is like fucking Stasi stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, but admittedly...
This is like the Stasi's wet dream, isn't it?
Admittedly, though, I will say that with every political ideology, if you have it in government, you'd probably do the same thing. Like if I was in charge, I'd be thinking of ways of preventing people turning into liberals and shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, hold on a minute. How about this then? I've just found a pie chart. Referrals to the channel programme. Other, 14%. Far-right extremism, 14%. International other extremism, 4%. Can anybody guess what the remaining 68% is made up of?
Muslim. What is it?
International Islamist extremism. So the far right may be the fastest fucking growing, but it's at least fucking what was it like fucking 6 times behind Islam?
Oh yeah, majority of our people are fucking far too gone. They're all fucking wank. If we can be honest. What date's when was prevented? 2003. Okay. I don't know anything about these, to be fair.
We got any food news? I talked about my soup.
No, not really.
There's no news about food. Is Gorilla Glue a foodstuff? I think I found some food news.
Yeah.
So, ugly, disgusting gorilla puts glue in the hair, thinking, well, it says Gorilla Glue, therefore it must be for me. Finds out that, actually, no,
Shit.
Gorilla Glue is not a hair care product, and says, Ooga Booga, why didn't you warn me about this? I demand
Gives me that.
Hey, yo, gives me that. So now...
Hey, yo, gives me that money.
So now a company that makes an industrial strength adhesive has got to pay this gorilla money because, no, just because it says Gorilla Glue doesn't mean stick it in your hair, you dumb fucking gorilla. And that's the story done. There we go. See, that was easy.
These stats are found out, but I found children at risk of terrorism. Under 18s referred to the channel program. Again, completely like swamped by Islamist extremism. It's just they won't fucking admit it, though, will they? The fuckers.
No. What's going on in tech news in the Sun? You can finally get a black PS5, or can you?
Hey.
Shit. Oh, hold on a minute! I found full facts. There's some sort of fact-gathering organisation. I found this by looking at Prevent. So, do you want to know who's funding Full Fact?
No.
Yeah, go on.
Do you want to know who's funding? Facebook. Facebook. Luminate. I don't know who Luminate are. Does anybody know they are?
Luminati.
Google AI for Good Impact Challenge. Hundreds of individual donors. The Nuffield Foundation, Vodafone, the Esme Fairbairns Foundation, which I don't know what that is, Colfax Charitable Church, TTO Conference Limited, Google Digital News Initiative, Endemic Creations, William de Winton, Cecil Pilkington Charitable Trust, and the Australian Bureau of Statistics.
Right. I've got some news here. I'm not sure if it's going to go into 14 words news about Stonehenge. So Stonehenge was built in Wales before being taken apart and dragged across Britain by dirty Sassenach white colonial bastards. Yeah, because Welsh be black, yo. That's according to archaeologists who pull these stories out of their fucking arse so people still think they're relevant. They've encouraged stone-shaped holes in Pembrokeshire where they believe a 5,000-year-old monument once stood. The holes are in the Preseli Hills where the smaller blue stones found at Stonehenge on Salisbury Plain are known to have come from. The team behind the discovery, made during filming for the BBC programme, said there are key elements linking Stonehenge to the Welsh monument. Named Wan Mawn, it's one of the biggest stone circles ever found in Britain, with diameter matching that of Stonehenge. They suggest its blue stones could have been moved as the ancient people of the Preseli region migrated, even taking the monuments with them roughly 400 years after erecting them. They said erection. And there's some photographs of some holes, that's exciting, which they clearly didn't dig out of the fucking soil with spades. It is thought the 2-ton lumps were viewed as signs of their ancestral identity and were re-erected at Stonehenge 175 miles away. The theory could explain why the blue stones, thought to be the first monoliths erected at Stonehenge, were brought from so far away. Most circles are constructed within a short distance of their quarries. The fucking dickheads. Archaeological investigations as part of the Stones of Stonehenge research work, led by Professor Mike Parker Pearson of University College London, previously excavated 2 blue stones covering the Preseli Hills. No, he's the professor of bullshit. Hey, this will get me another grant. There, I don't have to do any work for another year. That's what he's professor. He's professor of fucking bullshit. Oh, an £80,000 grant? Wow, that's me covered for 6 months. Right, off on holiday. Yeah, I'll write some papers saying, oh yeah, definitely came from Wales. Their discovery that the blue stones had been extracted before the first stage of Stonehenge was built in 3000 before Christ prompted the team. I'm surprised they actually put that. I mean, most of these papers these days, they put BCE, before Common Era, which has got nothing to do with the birth of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Saviour, of which we base our calendars on. We investigate the nearby Mornween stones to see if the site of a stone circle supplied by the quarry and later moved. Only 4 monoliths remain at the site, but an archaeological dig in 2018 revealed holes where stones would have stood, showing the remaining stones as part of a wider circle of 30 to 50 stones. Or what is it? Is it 30 or is it 50 stones? And the scientific dating of charcoal and sediment from the holes reveals it was put up around 3400 BC. That means before Christ, our Lord and Saviour. Findings of the discovery, published in the journal Antiquity, show significant links between Stonehenge and Walman. Experts suggest that the Welsh blah 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 blah. The Welsh circle has a diameter of 110 metres, the same as the ditch that encloses Stonehenge. Both are aligned on the midsummer solstice sunrise. Several of the monoliths at the World Heritage Site in Salisbury Plain are of the same rock type as those that still remain at the Welsh site. And one of the blue stones at Stonehenge has an unusual cross-section which matches one of the holes left at Walman. This suggests that the monolith began its life as part of a stone circle in the Presili Hills before being moved. Walman is the third biggest stone circle in Britain and one of the earliest, confirms the region was an important and densely settled area in Neolithic times until 3000 before Christ, when activity seems to have ceased. Professor Parker Pearson said, "I really love how I get getting government grants for doing absolute fucking bullshit work. Please give me more money. My work is legitimate research. It's really helping furthering the understanding of knowledge in the world." With only a few Stonehenge stones directly linked to Walman, the archaeologists also believe monoliths from other stone circles could have been taken from Wales to form part of the new monument. Professor Parker Pearson said, "I am such a fucking con artist. I keep getting away with it. I don't know how." Maybe there are maybe there are more in Presili waiting to be found. Who knows? Give me a load of fucking money and I'll dig some more holes in a muddy ditch in Wales. So there we go. And oh, do you want to see a video to show the tunnel which is going to be built under Stonehenge, which will cause all the stones to collapse and craps? This will be good. So it's a 37-second long clip, and I'm going to get a copyright strike for it, but that's fine. Because
GDP will increase though.
Yeah, GDP, because this will improve like drive times by like 2 minutes.
Yeah, we're able to get more stuff.
Oh, look at this beautiful fucking music. It makes it feel so good that they're going to ruin an ancient monument that our ancestors built. Because of beautiful piano music. Oh, speaking of which, pianos have annoyed the fuck out of me. So I don't want to talk about
when we bring the Ching Chongs over, we've got to make sure that they can travel across England faster, because they used to.
We've got to make sure loads of lorries driven by Polish that are drink driving on meth can drive through these tunnels. The ones which have got poorly regulated leaf spring suspension, which will fuck up any stones and break glass windows.
If it's good for the economy, it's good for us. All hail capitalism.
Oh,
simple as.
China's, speaking of chinkies, China's Tianwen probe captures footage of rocky Mars surface after entering orbit. Hey, if this is Mars, then why is it not red? Don't they understand that all the NASA stuff has to be doctored and made red tint? You know the thing with NASA red tints all the photographs they get from Mars? Because otherwise it looks a bit like a brown stone beach in Hawaii, but that's purely coincidence. They got some video footage here. This is sponsored by Tencent International. They do videos, they do computer games, they do Mars probes, and God, it's a bit of shit resolution, isn't it? I mean, what's that? I mean, it's that's some bloke waving a comb or a flag, and there's someone got a giant poster of a globe, and what is that supposed to be, an atmosphere? I mean, I know it's got a very rarefied atmosphere, but that looks like quite a visible atmosphere. Mind you, there's not much bandwidth between here and Mars, so it's good that we get any sorts of images at all, but...
They need to put a cable down, do they,
Yeah, they need to get a fibre optic... Well, the problem with getting a fibre optic cable to Mars is that the distance between Mars and Earth is not the same. It changes all the time. So I think the closest point, it's 4 light minutes from...
Oh, you might get it snagged on Jupiter or something, mightn't you?
Yeah, that's it.
Talk, do it. They'll do it.
Oh, it'll be even worse than that.
I was waiting for... When I said getting it snagged on Jupiter, I was going to go, wait for... Actually...
正经确实，经常经常平，乒乓经常平，经常平。Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you knew Chinese.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I know. Yeah, well, that's what you get when you work for the Chinkies. That's right. I just.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
A space journalist.
It's all those noodles you ate.
Yeah, that's it. Space. Bellissimo. Space journalist who comes from space, Andrew Jones, tweeted the
space journalist. Is that where he lives in space?
Yeah, he lives in space. Tweeted the footage and wrote, "I was so fucking." Andrew Jones. He says, "Oh man, I am so fucking high right now. I'm tripping balls. I think I've gone all the way to the moon." No, wait, man, that's Mars. We're gonna go to Mars, man. Far out, dude. And then
party time.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Someone needs to make a mod for Cyberpunk where like all of Johnny Silverhand's things just gets replaced with clips of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. Whoa, dude, gnarly! I'm like inside
it's like a really big ball.
I'm like.
Yeah, do you remember before people took Johnny Keanu Reeves seriously when he did the Dracula?
Wait a second.
Breakout serious role. And like people were taking the piss, they're going, "Whoa, dude, it's Dracula."
Whoa, dude. I'm like,
oh no, have you seen McDonald's worker shows inside McFlurry machine and fans are not impressed?
Well, I went in a bit, but do you want to see some like early pre-alpha footage of Johnny Silverhands? There we go. Hey dude, he's called Johnny Mnemonic. Johnny Silverhands it's like, dude, I've just expanded my capacity to 2 gigabytes, man. Yeah. 2 gigabytes. No, whoa, dude, gnarly, dude. Dude, gnarly. Johnny Mnemonic HD.
Is that film actually any good?
What?
Sweet.
Have you never seen it? Oh, it's classic. It's proper cyberpunk.
I've seen bits of it.
Look, we got some Johnny Mnemonic in HD here. I just want a bit where he's like, "Whoa, dude, I'm cyberpunk now. I'm in your head. I'm in your head, V. Hey, V, let's go there. This Wild Stallions is going to be... My God, Johnny Silverhands is basically Bill. I mean, it's not Wild Stallions, it's called Samurai, but it's the same bloody band. Excellent.
Have you seen Dr. N's debate on whether you should wear socks in bed?
You know what?
Yeah, you have to wear them.
Apparently wearing socks in bed can help you fall asleep quicker, racking up to 17 million views, but not everyone was convinced.
No, fuck off.
Plunging... What?
Fuck off. I'm not wearing anything to bed. This is just like a conspiracy by wearing clothes to bed, gang. You're just trying to make me do 2 loads of washing every week. No.
Hobbit, I do not need to think about you naked. Hobbit, I don't even in any way, shape, or form. I don't fucking need it.
I'm not naked, am I? I'm wearing a duvet. It's like saying, "Oh, underneath your clothes, Hobbit, you're naked." Yes, but you don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch some Johnny.
So right then, so let's talk about people who wear socks to bed. Wearing socks,
wankers.
This opens up
serial
the blood
killers.
That cools the body down.
James Shand wears socks to bed.
I wear pajamas, Hobbit.
James Shand wears socks to bed.
No boxes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. All Hobbit's got to do is wear socks. I'm not saying you got to wear all the clothes.
Socks.
Wear socks. Yeah.
You haven't got to have special socks for bed. You haven't got to have your bedtime socks.
3.5 megabyte floppy
Just wear the socks you'll wear.
Over 7.
Yeah. Just don't take your socks off, Hobbit. Just go to bed in the nuddy, apart from socks.
I'm not wearing. You can't make me wear socks if I don't want to.
Now, this is the anti-government rhetoric I need to hear.
I'm going to get.
Wife shares savage gift she made to expose husband on Valentine's Day.
Shall we have the trailer for Johnny and Mnemonic? You see this early trailer footage.
It's easy for you to say, Hobbit.
I know. Try say, Johnny, hello, you cunt. Let's watch this.
Johnny, hello, you cunt.
Let's watch this early cyberpunk. Anyway? Well, let's watch this early Cyberpunk trailer, and then we'll have some Harvey news.
Okay.
You got some then?
Oh, I like it. It's only coming out on the left channel. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I like it, Hobbit. It's only coming out on none of the channels.
What? You just imagine that there's music and stuff, and Keanu Reeves is going like, "Whoa, dude, I'm in Night City, man. Yeah, I'm gonna blow up Arasaka Tower. Oh, it's so fucking cool. Yeah."
Oh, Hobbit. How about this? Some dude
80 gigabytes storage
with maple
capacity.
syrup.
80 gigabytes storage capacity,
Doogie
man.
pad, Hobbit.
That sounds disgusting. I mean the internet, man. Oh, that's so cool. I lost my childhood for my job. Yeah, man. Pew.
Based.
Is Johnny Silverhand.
So, you begin by putting maple syrup in a bowl and grabbing a paintbrush. The syrup is painted onto the outside of the window. Protective tape has been stuck around the edges to avoid too much mess. Once the glass is well and truly smeared in the sweet stuff, it goes in on top with a layer of toothpaste. Then the whole thing is covered. Russell applies cling film to the top of the window and says to leave it for an hour before cleaning off. He uses a window cleaner and cloth to remove the sticky residue, and the finished result shows the window slightly darker than the others on his car and has a mirror-like quality to it. Hobbit. What do you think to that then?
Oh, so you can use maple syrup to tint glass.
And toothpaste.
I don't know, man. It sounds a bit. Oh, the only worthwhile part of Johnny Mnemonic.
So what do you think about
Yeah, the credits.
when you're alone?
Hey, it's a good film. He gets like an 80 gigabyte storage capacity upgrade.
I want to get online. I need a computer.
My stepbrother has the exact same name as me, and he's mad I won't change more.
To have a summer job.
Is this a Dear Deidre?
No.
No? What is this just a personal anecdote?
A date gave me a ring made from his teeth on Valentine's Day. I'm a nutter, man.
Oh, based.
I need a Sino-logic.
Cleaning Guru explains why you should never put washing up liquid on a chopping
GPL
board.
stealth module. One Birdine intelligent
Well,
translator. Thompson iPhone.
Alright, okay, I'm interested. What should you clean your chopping board with?
Let me have a look then. Okay.
Because I've used salt and vinegar before. Oh, those are my internet gloves. I need them for connecting to the internet, man.
What she had to say. Same cloth around the house.
I'm logging on. AOL.
Washing up
online.
liquid and hot water don't clean cutting boards as well as imagine. It's because soap cannot penetrate the cold cutting board and it doesn't get cleaned thoroughly. You wash your boards between cutting different kinds of foods. There's probably still harmful bacteria on it. Even if you mix the soap with steaming up, not enough. To avoid any cross-contamination and ensure it's clean, soak your cutting boards into bleach solution after each use. Why isn't bleach poisonous?
Fuck off, I'm not going to that effort. I cut raw chicken on my board, I give it a wipe with a damp rag and it's fine.
Yeah.
Access denied.
Simple as.
Yeah.
I can't remember my
Scuggy just gives it a whip round with a cloth. He does everything toilet the lot, doesn't he? That's why he's always pooing.
Yeah. Use the same cloth I wipe my ass with.
I just gotta put my AOL online password on and I'm gonna be on the internet. Whoa.
He'll try to make a move.
Whoa, dude.
He'll use his connections.
This is really blackpilling, man.
Go low rent.
Man, the future is so gnarly, dude.
Translator selected.
This is cyberpunk.
It's just an all-night coffee shop.
Whoa, this is cock and balls, man.
I mean, they finally.
Oh! I found it. Man shares how to take shreddies to the next level, but it's making some feel sick.
How to take shreddies?
But I mean, wife, can we have some shreddies? Where is it? Right. In a clip, they can be seen pouring frosty shreddies into the bowl instead of adding milk to the mix. They begin pouring orange juice over the top.
Why?
The voiceover says, "Okay, TikTok, we all know shreddy cereal tastes better with orange juice on top of it. But if you add cream to it, it takes this to an awesome level of taste."
Wait, is this like...
You're our relevant resident fucking loyal food eater.
I've had experience with eating dairy with orange juice.
Yeah, I was going to say,
runs.
if you mix orange juice and cream or milk together or curdle, that is not a good idea.
Yeah.
But
shit! But I found another story about our mate Yuri told Choco.
Oh, what, the sex doll? He divorced the sex doll, didn't he?
He flew to Moscow in a bid to meet another sex doll after his wife Margot broke, only to be told he couldn't leave the airport because of the pandemic. A bodybuilder who married his sex doll now wants several other wives after his first one broke. Yuri told Choco from he needs a good fucking toe trucking, doesn't he? From Kazakhstan, surrounded by loved ones when he tied the knot with Margot for plastic wool. Tragically, just weeks into the happily ever after, Margot broke.
Oh, by the way, in the chat, Daisy's saying that what about glass chopping board as opposed to wood? No, if you try and cut on that, it will blunt your knives really quickly. What you want is a bamboo chopping board with the grains end on. It's
you want a wooden one because is it the tannin and the tannin?
Yeah, I mean, pine's pretty good.
Antibiotic, aren't they?
The reason I mention bamboo is it's most forgiving on your knife blade.
I'll have it. Because Yuri has also other ventures on his keen to sexually experiment with big chicken, albeit not a live one. He continued, "It would be such a sex toy. I will have a vagina and a dick I can't wait for." This bloke's lost the fucking plot.
Oh, mate, it's 9 o'clock. Shall I read one article from Pink News, or shall I say that's your lot now? Fuck off.
Last month, let me finish. Do you want me to finish this one now?
Yeah, finish it.
This is Pink. This is Pink News. Fucking hell, look at the size of his nipples. That's really weird. Last month, Yuri shared a video of himself stroking and tearing flesh off a chicken to achieve autonomous sensory meridian response, a tingling sensation that can produce sexual pleasure. After my sex with chicken meat, I really wanted to have such a take care of it.
Oh no.
Yuri is considering calling the chicken Lola and plans to shoot X-rated content with it. Despite turning his eye to other sexual horizons, not forgotten pathetic when we started it all off for him. Margot, who's still being repaired, she never got repaired for Christmas.
I'm really glad that your voice is getting incomprehensible because I don't want to hear about chicken sex.
Margot, who is still being repaired, will remain as an older wife. Yuri has vowed to still respect her.
Oh. How can you respect
a
toaster? Alright, well that's it. If you want to watch Gamers Nexus, they're doing a thing about a caller, which I'm going to be watching now. So that's your lot. No, fuck off. Stop.